Nick Popp sweeps the series with Georgia Southwestern. Coach, Friday and Saturday, it's kind of exactly what you want to see from your team. You guys were drawing walks, getting hit by pitches, and then playing outstanding defense in the field. What, especially against two of the best pitchers in the league, what did you see from your team in those games?
Yeah, Friday, that's a really good team, Georgia Southwestern. They've got some really good arms on the front end, and we knew they'd become ready to go, and they did. We had a really good plan for Friday night. We knew their arm fairly well. He has been rolling all year, and we had a plan and an approach that we told the hitters to buy into. They did, and they executed it. You know, like, you can have a plan, but if it's not executed, it doesn't do you much good, and they executed it. It was awesome, and you know, bats came alive a little bit, and we were able to take the first one. Yesterday, they ran another really good arm, a little left-handed freshman arm, who's having a really good year, and you know, he held us down for a while, and Larson gave us a chance. You know, Larson, I don't think was his best, but it was kind of bend don't break, and you know, he was able to slow him down a little bit. They had a little bit of a lead, and we just kept chipping away. Ended up being a really cool day with the 2016 team that was here, you know, and then we walked off in the ninth. That was pretty cool. And then today, you know, the bats were alive, and you know, that's what happens in a 3-game set. You know, you get deep and deeper into that bullpen, and you know, offenses start to come alive a little bit, free passes, HBPs. You know, we just were a solid offense for 3 games. So you know, hats off to the guys. After a tough week last week, they came out, went 4-0 this week, and the train keeps rolling. So it's going to be a tough week next week, or I guess this coming week, and we got to be up for the challenge.
One of the guys who stood out, Landon Still, Friday made 2 outstanding catches in the field, had a 2 RBI hit to his name, then yesterday walked it off, just continued to roll today. For someone that hadn't made a home start in almost 2 months, what did you see from the freshman this week?
Yeah, he's just a ball player. Made 2 incredible plays in the field earlier in the series. Had a couple big hits throughout the weekend. Hit the walk-off last night. He's just a ball player. I mean, he can run, he can hit. He's just going to keep getting better. And glad to have him back in the lineup. And, you know, he goes down in game 1 of the season. And then we get him back last week, and it's good to be able to plug him in there.
You guys have a weird week this coming week. A game on Tuesday, and then you got Thursday, Friday, Saturday series with Easter on Sunday. What do you want to see from your team? Kind of like a limited preparation week. You only got 1 day of practice. What do you want to see from your team this week?
Yeah, I want to see what they did this week. You know, I not to put the pressure on them going 4-0, but just not letting stuff affect them. You know, they go winless the week before this one and come out and go undefeated this week, and so you know, I want them to have a bulletproof mentality. It doesn't matter what happens. You got to wake up. You got to go to work. You got to practice. You got to play and show up every day. And so it's going to be a strange week. We go to North Greenville. It's going to be a tough one there. 1 day of practice this week. At this point of the year, you know, bodies are a little sore, and you know, practice becomes a little different than it looks early in the year or in the fall. But they'll be ready to go. And then Aiken, you know, I think they're 2nd in the league right now. So I know that, you know, Gorman down there at Aiken, he's got those boys rolling. So that's going to be another tough test. I'm glad that, you know, we're going Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so these guys can be with their families on Easter. And but I hope that we're all, you know, celebrating Easter for multiple reasons.
Coach, congratulations. Go enjoy it with your team.
Thank you.